Here he is, our Edmonton Bureau Chief, Ryan Rishaug. Ryan, what did you make of Ken Holland's answer about remaining general manager of the Edmonton Oilers going into this season?
Yeah, very definitive answer from Ken Holland today, Jay, when I asked him if he planned on remaining on as general manager into his final contract year. He said yes. If anything, he sounded like a guy that was kind of rejuvenated and wanted to lean into the workload and lean into the challenge as opposed to maybe taking a step back of some sort. He talked about how long it's been since he had that feeling of winning a cup as a general manager in Detroit and how much he wanted to feel that again, and he truly believes that they're close. He talked about the devastation that's being felt. It was a long answer. He probably said the word devastation 25 times. His players, himself, his staff, the organization, the fans, and how they need to get up off the mat and get right back to work. So seems fully invested to me, Jay.
And knowing that Holland has only 1 year left, the team has to be looking toward the future. Ryan, what do you foresee happening, and what is a de facto transition period?
It is a bit of a different situation. You know, you heard his comment about how he doesn't buy green bananas, right? Because he doesn't know if he'll be around by the time they're yellow and good to eat. So he understands it is, his timeline in terms of staying engaged. Different situation for the organization, not knowing who their general manager might be after next season. So it wouldn't surprise me at all, Jay, if they engaged in some sort of a process to start a succession plan. They've got some great internal candidates. We've heard Steve Staios' name out there. Keith Gretzky's here. Bill Scott's been around for a while. And then why wouldn't they look for external candidates too, right? Have those conversations. And I would expect that some sort of process, it only makes sense, would get underway this year to figure out what the next phase is with Ken Holland in that general manager's position. But keep this in mind. Draisaitl and McDavid, those contracts need to be done starting next summer and the subsequent summer. They're going to need a veteran hand at the wheel for those.
And quickly, Ryan, what was Ken Holland's sense for how much work to this roster is needed to take a step forward?
I think the sense is not a ton needs to change, Jay. I think they feel like they've got the core group that they need, some tweaking in and around the depth areas perhaps. I think maybe an upgrade in their top four on the blue line is potentially needed to really push through to become that absolute contender. Overall, their defensive play, but there isn't a ton of changes that are needed. The sense is this group is close. This core is returning. We heard a very motivated Connor McDavid talking about that. So I don't see a ton of change, but definitely some tweaks are needed. And with that, Jay, you know what? I'm done. Like, this has been almost every night on your show, and it's been a bit. So my shift is over. I'm out. We'll talk soon enough.
Okay. We have been working him pretty hard.